Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright guys, so both trailing arms are changed now, and that one still requires some welding on the other side, but I wanted to show you what's going on underneath before I flip it. So I welded it, I ground it a little bit, not too much, just so the t-shirt fits here later, and everything looks great according to me. Right. So now I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna finish the welding on that side, on top, and then we're gonna see, probably we're gonna start dealing with the t-shirts. Alright, so everything is welded and ground, and now what's left is we have to clean these. We couldn't take them out before because we were using these holes, remember, with the support. We had those supports here, so now that we don't have the support, we can take these off. We need to do some repair here because you don't see it, but here the metal started to split, so I guess we're gonna have to cut out a piece here and repair it. And after that we have to start dealing with the t-shirts. And why do I call them t-shirts? That's why. What size are you? L? XL? Yeah. They do look like t-shirts, right? So this is the top one that goes somehow like this. But what I noticed is it doesn't have holes for the mounting, for the body mounts. So we're gonna have to mark them, drill them, and also there was a part here that looks like a bow. That's a vertical support for the top t-shirt, and I cut it out because it was rotten. So now we have to recreate it somehow, even though I don't even know what it looks like, but we'll see. Alright, so this side looks fantastic, but this side has some issues here, and you can see here how it started to split. So we're gonna have to do a small dissection here and see what the heck is going on, right? So I think the metal is solid, so I'm just gonna cut it here and here, and I'm gonna open it, and here we're gonna have to replace a piece of the I don't see anything wrong here, and what I think happened is the spot welds didn't hold. For some reason they were not good, and just rust from inside started pushing it up. Yeah, we're gonna just drill holes for plug welds, and we're gonna push this back, and we're gonna replace this big piece here, and we're good to go. Here we're gonna weld it at the edge. The edge, the edge. On the edge of glory. Now we created a void here, so I don't like this. That's better. Just for not to create more room for water to be trapped there and mud and stuff, you know. Alright, so it is welded, ground, looks more or less okay. And now we have to deal with this little bridge here, which we have to make with a little flange, but it needs to follow this shape though, so we're gonna have to make it curved. But this thing, when I position it there, it looks like it needs to go down more, so it's gonna change shape here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clamp it here, and then I'm gonna start with the wrinkle stretcher. I'm gonna start shaping this to match this shape here, you know what I mean? And in the end we're gonna end up with a bridge here, and we're gonna just weld it. Shape it accordingly. So here. Yeah. So from here to here we have to make this curve. Alright, so first we're gonna make this curve, and then we're gonna bend this back, so we need the stretcher first. Maybe more, a little bit more. No, you want to straighten up. Not bad. Let's test it. Alright, so it fits something like that. I think it's perfect. Yeah. So I'm just gonna mark it, where to cut it, gonna weld it, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, stronger than an egg. And it fits like a t-shirt. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is we have to drill the holes. And then we're gonna paint everything. And we're gonna start welding it together. So how are we gonna drill the holes? I know how. I'm gonna run a piece of masking tape right through the center of the hose, like that. Going to the sides. Same thing here. And then we're gonna put the t-shirt where it's gonna be. I don't even think we need to clamp it. And then we're gonna put another piece of masking tape here, matching the other one. Don't move. If you move, I'm gonna clamp you. Okay. So we know that this is where our holes are. And this is the exact same width as the frame, so for the sides we can just measure. So these are our holes. So let's drill them. Right, let's see if it fits. Yay! Almost. It almost fits. Does that count? Oh, we messed up. Okay guys, we messed up. Anyways, this is my biggest drill size, so I wanted to make them bigger anyways. So now I'm gonna just mark, this one has to come this way. Hold on, don't go anywhere. This one will come this way. And these, they are pretty damn good. How come this side is good, this is not? I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna make them bigger now. Alright, are you ready? Oh, you're not. Okay, that's better. Okay. The lazy way doesn't work. And when the lazy way doesn't work, then we have to do it the proper way. Alright, let's see now. That's better. What? Oh, sorry. Sorry guys. Yeah? Well, that's better, right? That's much better. Maybe this one a little bit more, but everything else looks great. Okay. So now we're gonna rust convert this whole area inside and here where we're not gonna be able to see later when we put the t-shirts, and the t-shirts top and bottom of course we're gonna rust convert. We're gonna wait for half an hour, we're gonna paint them, then we're gonna let it dry and we're gonna do something else until it dries. Somebody was asking me what rust converter do I use. So this is the one, rust off rust converter. I don't know if it is good or bad, works good for me. I'm gonna do only the inside for now, because later when everything is repaired we're gonna do the whole frame. We're gonna rust convert it. For now we're just doing the parts that are not gonna be accessible. We can do something else in the meantime. And this other thing being this. You remember in my last video I promised that I'm gonna show you how was I gonna repair this. So I cut this already. I was doing some things here that didn't work, so finally I decided to cut it and replace it. And you can see how I did that. And unfortunately the only way to weld this, to make this repair underneath, is to cut a piece out, fix that from inside, and then put this piece back. So we have to be careful how we cut it so we can put it back. Or maybe it's a better idea to cut it completely and build a new piece for here. What do you think? I'm gonna cut it off. this is where we're gonna leave it, so we have a reference for where to weld the other piece. And now that I have it cut it off, let's see if we can find something to match. Alright, so this is our scrap pile here, and we have everything here. From thick metal pieces to little, like, all kinds of stuff. And I'm pretty sure that we will find something similar to that. What about a piece of 1x1, huh? Yeah. It almost fits inside, so it's too small. No, we're gonna find something that matches. What about this? Oh, look at this. This is the exact same size. And it is even painted inside. Oh, perfect. We will need to make a piece, a cover for it. That's aluminum. Oh, look at that. Whew. It fits like a glove. Oh, wow. And it's painted inside too. Oh. Look at that, it's exactly the same. Wow. I told you we have everything on this pile. I told you we have everything on this pile. Who said that? You don't believe me? Because, okay, you're right. What gave me out? Anyway, so yeah, I made that, so here's how I made it. Well, now that we know that I made this, I might just put it together and weld it, and then we're gonna shape it to match, and we're gonna weld it there. And like I said, this is gonna be a shop project, so my friend KJ is gonna help me with disassembling the body because he's not busy right now. So he's gonna take apart the fenders and probably the doors and stuff. We'll see. For now he's taking the trim off. Oh, look at that. It's like a t-shirt. Huh? I'm happy.
There's coffee for you.
Alright, so I welded 3 sides here and 3 sides here, and the rest I'm gonna weld when the frame is flipped on the other side. I'm gonna weld here. Not sure I'm gonna be able to weld here, but I'll try. It wasn't welded there anyways, the original, so I guess even in the factory they couldn't. So now I have to drill a hole here, because there's one over there, so we're gonna measure and drill the same hole here. But before that, I think we are ready to paint here. The rust inverter did what it was supposed to do. So now we're gonna paint it and then we're gonna let it dry and weld it. I know that every time I use this paint somebody is asking what paint is that. So this is Rust Guard from Wood, and it doesn't require primer. It goes right on bare metal and protects it from rust, supposedly. So again, I'm not advertising for Wood, but their products are really good. So they're not paying me, but maybe it's time to start, because I keep advertising for them all the time, right? Alright, so these are all painted, and now we can go back to our repair here. Alright, one more repair done. Okay, so this paint is still not dry, so I think I'm gonna deal with that now. And I have the perfect tool for that. I can clamp it, I can put that on the bolt underneath and just bring it back to where it was. What? Why did I grind it? Because otherwise my reinforcement pieces here don't fit well if I don't grind it. So yeah, I decided to reinforce it. Okay, that looks better. Alright, so this thing is still not dry completely, but I just wanna mark it, because what I think, before there were both t-shirts were welded inside here on this corner, like here and here. But now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do plug welds. Just a couple, not too many. Maybe 4 each side. So let me drill this and we will start welding it in, even though it's still not dry. It's gonna dry on the way. In the meantime, KJ is almost ready to pull out the fender, the first one.
Doesn't ever feel how heavy it is because of all the part.
Here, let's show it. Not in a bad shape, actually. That's in a very good shape. Looks like these are new fenders.
I think they are, because this is all in from the inside.
Yeah. It has been tarred heavily. Hopefully there are no surprises in there.
That right here.
Now it's clamped in place. All 4 holes match. So now we're gonna clean the paint where we're gonna weld, and we're gonna weld it. pieces we're gonna leave open at the ends. We're just gonna weld this. Okay, I think that looks good. And we're done with this side of the t-shirt. And I think we're gonna end it up here. Next time we're gonna flip it and we're gonna do the bottom part, and then we're gonna do all the rest of the little repairs that we have all over the chassis, but the main one is almost done. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.